Here I am again. Oh, we don't need to see the mess, although it always a little bit, you know, it's a very creative space behind me. Right, what am I rambling on about today? Me and my flip chart. Today I'm gonna talk about, well, same theme. I'm still in this space of change, but I've been thinking about communications very specifically because obviously that's my background. But somebody was talking to me last week about frustration of having all of these programs in their organization and nobody's taking them up, and actually it resonated because we have all of this amazing resource and really good value experience that when you lose your job you can just sign up and we guarantee that you will feel differently. If you go through the process, you will feel differently, you'll get the help you need and you make that shift. And yet people don't do it. People don't sign up. And what happens there? So I thought, let's have a scribble, let's see what comes out. So what happens is we think, right, here's the problem. People need more help with their well-being, or they need help getting a new job, or they need help with their mental health. Whatever it is, that's the problem, okay? So what we're going to do is we're going to fix the problem. Here's the solution. It's beautiful. It's a beautiful app, or it's some training, or whatever it is. Here it all is, maybe a book, whatever it is. This is the fix. All you need to do is this, and this is solved. Job done. So we launch a beautiful communication plan, and even it's external if you're marketing something, or it's internal if it's an organization, trying to tell people, here we go, we heard you, here is the fix. Sign up to this thing and all your problems will go away. And people don't. So why? What happens? Well, comes back to the 5 steps, doesn't it? Of course it does. Because what happens is, for somebody to want to do this, to actually take action in that space, a lot of things have to happen. And when I was doing some of this research, I used to be a sales rep. That was one of my very first early careers. I was a sales rep, and so obviously the psychology of selling, the psychology of marketing, study all of that stuff because I wanted to be a really good sales rep. But I understood that it took a lot of work to get that person to say yes. And obviously this is what marketeers spend a lot of time in. What is that? What are the moments, the nudges that get people into that space? And communication is exactly the same. Internal communication is exactly the same. You have to go through a lot of nudges to get someone to take that action, to read your post, to then do something with it. It's not just a case of broadcast and it's fixed. So what happens is, in these 5 steps, you need someone to acknowledge. You need them to acknowledge there is a problem. That is huge, 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 huge. Because what happens, I can explain another door. You know, people will think, oh, I've lost my job. And somebody will say, oh, there's another door, or Eleanor's written a book, go and do this thing. And they'll go, yeah, okay, cool, yeah, but I've lost my job. I'm not in the right place right now. The thing is that our another door experience is exactly designed to be in the space you're in right now. You lost your job, go in the space, because I can guarantee you will suddenly start resonating with, oh yeah, that's me right now, I'm wallowing. Oh yeah, that's me right now, I'm feeling really sorry for myself. All of that stuff, because we're human and we're kind of acting normal. And so we're tracking this experience all the time. So it's exactly what you need, but you're not in the acknowledgement space. You're just kind of like, it's still being processed, you're still in that space. So you have to acknowledge there is a problem, and then you have to acknowledge that you are reacting in some way. And you can only do this as the individual. No communication, no beautiful marketing really can do anything. They can nudge you, they can poke at you, they can give you emotional blackmail in the headlines, whatever it is. But you have to take that decision. You have to say, okay, I'm reacting in a certain way and I'm aware of it. I know who I am and I know what's going on. Then you have to process it. And you have to say, okay, if this is going on, what does it mean to me? Do I want this fixed? Do I want a different outcome? Where am I in this space? Let's process this. Where am I in my life right now? What have I got time for? What am I going to make time for? But you have to give yourself time to process. And then you have to give yourself time to explore. And now I've driven myself a little bit mad because this is too big. And now this is small. And now the final one is going to be really thin. and I don't like that. I like things equal, but anyway, I'll get over it. So explore here is opening up yourself to ideas, to saying, yeah, okay, I've acknowledged, I know how I'm being in this space. I know that this is where I'm at right now. What's the possibility? Is this an opportunity? Can I make something better of this? You're exploring, you're getting curious, you're opening up. And then you could go into step 5 and choose. You own what happens next. And you say, okay, I'm going to make that decision. And for you to do that, you can acknowledge, I need this, I want it, and I'm going to take the right action to move forward. You have to go through these 5 steps, I believe, in watching people and observing how they do it. You have to go through these steps to get to this space, to take action. So when you put out your comms, which says, yeah, we heard that you got a problem, here's the solution, somebody's got to go through all of this before they're going to sign up. And at some point, they're going to get distracted. They're going to be like, oh, everything's moved on now, I'm all right today. Don't need that. I'm fine. They've reacted in a different way. They've maybe not got to processing it, to deciding, actually, this is a moment in time that I can change something. I want change. I want something different. I don't want to just put up with this anymore. But they've got to get to this spot. You have to get someone into the space of exploration and then choosing for them to then take you up on the offer. And that's why it's hard for people to take up your offer of help. So what do? Well, this is where the 5 steps comes in. We help people through this. Now, some people are brilliant at this. They've already got all the mechanics in place where they process really quickly. This is like an hour decision making. They're in that space. They're like, yeah, I want this. I get it. I'm all over it. Let's own it. Other people need more time. They need to really understand that actually they do own what they're creating in their lives. They're owning, and they could do something about it, but they do need the help and the support around it. So the next time that you're developing a comms plan for some amazing thing that's going to fix whatever came out of the staff survey, you've got to acknowledge that people have got to be in the space of exploration and willing to choose and own what happens before you're going to get success. So what have you done to put things in place to give yourself a chance that people are going to be open to this? You can't just tell people, you got a problem, I got a solution, job done, we're all happy, because that's not how we work. So anyway, that's my rambles. Quite a messy flip chart today. Not proud of that one. I mean, you can't even see it, can you? It's just a load of mess. But anyway, it means a lot to me. If any of that resonated, drop me a note. I would love to hear what you're working on. Where does this all fit for you? And let's talk.